Hello everyone, I welcome you all to Engineering Geology Lab. In this lab, we'll learn identification of minerals based on physical properties. What is a mineral? Mineral is naturally occurring homogeneous substance which has specific chemical composition and a definite atomic structure. The mineral shows unique physical properties. These properties helps in identification process of the mineral. Aim of this experiment to recognize the index physical properties of the minerals. Apparatus required or tools required: streak plate, Mohs scale of hardness, and a penknife. Physical properties of minerals are form or habit, color, streak, luster, cleavage, fracture, hardness, diaphanity, specific gravity. Based on these properties, one can identify the mineral and name it and can write chemical composition of that occurrence. At end, it's necessary to mention the engineering use of the mineral. Some of these physical properties plays major role in identification process of the mineral. Such physical properties are known as index properties of the mineral. We'll see various physical properties one by one. Habit or crystal habit is the characteristic external shape of an individual crystal or crystal group. Recognizing the habit may help in identifying a mineral. This mineral is showing fiber-like appearance. The habit is fibrous in the case of asbestos. This mineral is showing flaky appearance. The habit is flaky in the case of biotite mica. This mineral is showing a radiating appearance. The habit is radiating. You can see the lines are emerging from a common point. The radiating habit is a characteristics of limonite, which is one of the ores of iron. This mineral is showing piezoelectric habit. That means we can see peanut like grains embedded in the mineral. The habit is piezoelectric in the case of bauxite. Color: the shade or the tint of the mineral surface in reflected light from the mineral surface. The color is one of the primary diagnostic properties of the mineral. It helps in identification process of copper sulfate, copper sulfides, which shows blue color. However, many times color is not a good property to be used in the identification of minerals. Streak: the streak of a mineral is the color of its powder, or in other words, color of the mineral in powdered form is known as streak. Streak is obtained by rubbing a mineral against an unglazed porcelain plate called streak plate. This is a streak plate made up of porcelain. This particular mineral shows golden yellow color. We'll see what kind of streak we can see once we rub the mineral against the streak plate. It is greenish black. The original color of the mineral is golden yellow. The mineral is iron pyrite. This particular mineral is showing grayish color, but we'll see what type of streak we can obtain. The streak color is brownish black. The mineral is magnetite. The color of mineral is brownish, black, but streak color is cherry red. The mineral is hematite. The mineral color is yellowish brown. The streak is yellowish brown. The mineral is limonite. Next physical property is luster. The general appearance of a mineral surface in reflected light is called luster. It is measure of reflectivity of the mineral surface. This particular mineral is shining like glass. The luster is vitreous luster. Such luster is called as vitreous luster. In the case of quartz, these minerals are shining like metal. All the ore minerals shines like metal. This particular mineral is shining like pearl. The luster is pearly. In the case of calcite, this mineral is shining like silk. The luster is silky luster. In the case of asbestos. Next property is cleavage. The tendency of a mineral to break more easily with smooth surfaces along the planes of weak bonding is called cleavage. This particular mineral is showing two direction cleavage. Both the directions are perpendicular to each other. We can break the mineral along this plane. This is plane of weak bonding. The directions are in two directions we can cleave this mineral, but both the directions are perpendicular to each other. The cleavage is two set perpendicular. In the case of orthoclase feldspar, this mineral is showing rhombohedral cleavage. The fragment that you break from this is rhombohedral in shape. In the case of dolomite, this mineral also shows the rhombohedral cleavage. Whatever the small segment you can break, that will be in the shape of rhombohedral cleavage in the case of calcite. This particular mineral is showing three direction cleavage in a cubic shape. The cleavage is cubic cleavage in the case of galena. This particular mineral shows the cleavage in one direction, the basal cleavage or pinacoidal cleavage in the case of gypsum. This particular mineral also shows the basal cleavage, one direction cleavage. In other direction it shows irregular shape, but in one direction you can cleave the mineral easily. That called basal cleavage in the case of muscovite and biotite mica. Next physical property is fracture. Fracture is the tendency of a mineral to break along curved surface without a definite shape. This particular mineral shows the curved or shell-like broken surface resembling the glass. This type of fracture is called as conchoidal fracture. Conchoidal fracture in the case of quartz group of minerals. This mineral also shows the curved or shell-like fracture, but it's not as clear as the previous mineral. We can make it subconchoidal fracture in the case of a variety of quartz, that is bloodstone. This particular mineral, the broken surface is resembling the broken wood surface, right? This type of fracture is called as Hackley or splintery fracture in the case of asbestos. This particular mineral shows smooth surface in a broken edge This type of fracture is called as even fracture in the case of chert. This particular mineral is showing unknown uneven fracture, right, in the case of diopside. Next physical property is hardness. Hardness of a mineral may be defined as the resistance which the mineral offers to scratch. The tendency of mineral to offer resistance for scratching action is known as hardness. The hardness of a mineral is generally expressed on a Mohs scale of hardness, which incorporates 10 minerals assigned with standard hardness. We'll see those 10 minerals. There are 10 minerals in this hardness box. The softest is talc, the hardest is diamond. There are 8 minerals in between. Talc, gypsum, whose hardness is 2, calcite, hardness is 3, fluorite, hardness is 4, apatite, hardness is 5, orthoclase, hardness is 6, quartz, hardness is 7, topaz, hardness is 8, corundum, hardness is 9, diamond, hardness 10. The softer mineral can be scratched by the harder mineral. If a particular mineral can be scratched by the calcite, whose hardness is 3, it is not scratched by gypsum, whose hardness is 2. That means the hardness will be in between 2 and 3. You can say hardness is 2.5. In this way, the hardness of any unknown mineral can be determined. Next physical property is diaphanity. Diaphanity of a mineral may be defined as its capability to pass light through it. Based on that, we can classify the mineral as transparent, translucent, and opaque. If the light enters and exits the surface of the substance in relatively undisturbed fashion, then the substance is referred to as transparent. The mineral is transparent. The rock crystal belongs to quartz group. If the light can enter and exit the surface of the substance or mineral, but in a disturbed and distorted fashion, then the substance is referred to as translucent. It's a variety of quartz group, a milky quartz. Through edge, it can pass the light. If the light cannot even penetrate the surface of the substance, then the substance is referred to as opaque. This particular mineral is opaque. Light will not pass through this mineral. Specific gravity. The relative weight of the mineral compared to that of equal volume of water at 4 degrees Celsius. The specific gravity of mineral depends upon their chemical composition and the state of molecular aggregation. For example, we see the gold. The specific gravity of the gold is 19. That means gold is 19 times heavier than that of water. Specific gravity of magnetite is 5.6. Specific gravity of quartz is 2.65. Specific gravity of calcite is 2.7. Specific gravity of bauxite is 2 to 2.5. If the specific gravity is less than 2, then the mineral is considered as light. If it is in between 2 to 3.2, it is considered as medium specific gravity mineral. If it is greater than 3 or 3.2, it is known as heavy mineral. With this, I conclude